We're delighted to be joined by Carol Wright today, who is an Early Learning and Childcare Locality Manager within South Lanarkshire Council. Welcome, Carol.
Thanks, Hilary. It's lovely to be here.
So, Carol, tell us about your experience with ELC Improve over the years.
So, South Lanarkshire Council's Early Years Service have been working with colleagues from the Care Inspectorate Improvement Programme since 2019. And during this time, we've been really fortunate to have 27 settings who've benefited from involvement with the ELC Improvement Programme delivered by the Care Inspectorate. How we work within SLC is, as a matter of course, any setting, local authority or funded provider from the private or voluntary sector who are commissioned to deliver funded ELC and have Care Inspectorate grades of below the national standard of good are automatically nominated to take part in the programme. I'm pleased to say that most settings in our authority who we've put forward have been successful in gaining a place.
That's great to hear. And tell us a bit more then, how have you found the nomination process for a place on the programme?
It's been good. Decisions about who gets a place are made by the ELC improvement team in conjunction with Care Inspectorate officers who know the nominated settings. They use information from inspection reports, local knowledge and evaluative grades to make decisions about who gets a place. Over a 5-year period in SLC, 27 settings have participated in the programme, and this has involved 10 local authority settings and 17 funded provider settings.
So that's a really good number of settings then that have had support from us over the time, and a mixture as well from yourselves. So tell us a wee bit, how has the support impacted those settings then?
Well, during this time, we've built and sustained really positive working relationships with the improvement advisors who deliver the programme. The team, they're very approachable, they're highly experienced in supporting and using improvement methodology, and they're great to work with. Where we've had managers participating in the programme, they've shared that they too have developed really positive relationships with the team, and they've found the 6 training sessions, the one-to-one sessions and the personalised support quite invaluable. Many of the settings have commented that they had a fear of working with colleagues from the Care Inspectorate, but involvement in the programme has given them quite a different perspective. They now see the organisation not just as a regulatory body who inspects, but as a form of support and an aid to continuous improvement, which I believe it should be. Managers have shared that they've benefited from the structured approach to improvement and how to make small changes, how they take their team with them on an improvement journey, and it's not something that's enforced. And also learning how to interpret findings is very useful. They now see change as a journey, something that needs to be planned, something that takes time, it requires collaboration, reflection and evaluation, and that it just isn't a quick fix approach. We've also been fortunate that 12 of our peripatetic nursery teachers and our 4 ELC quality officers have participated in the training sessions. They're central staff. Yeah. And this has been really helpful to support settings who've been successful in getting a place. So they're really just available should extra support be needed during the implementation of the settings identified project.
Oh, that's great to hear, because we really do strive to make settings feel very supported, build those relationships, and great to hear about that collaboration with the support staff as well, that the input to them, that it's that joint support, isn't it, going into your settings across the local authority, which is great. So is there any particular examples or settings that you feel that demonstrate the impact of the project has had on, I suppose, specifically the outcomes for children?
Absolutely. Going back to cohort 1, we had a manager from an SLC private sector setting, and their experience was such that they participated in the first cohort, as I said, and became very passionate about the approach. We actually used them at our early years conference earlier this year to share their experience, which was so positive, of the programme, and they shared it with all SLC, ELC managers, local authority and funded providers. Yeah, and the manager herself holds the programme in really high regard, and she has also shared her experience nationally. She's also available to help colleagues if they're involved in the programme, taking their project and their learning forward.
Wow.
And the impact is quite phenomenal. Her involvement has led to her grades. Her recent care inspectorate grades have been 5, very good. She is now very much working towards a journey of excellence, and her previous grades were below the national standard. So it really is a success story, which we believe has been supported. It's been collaborative. It's been about working with the ELC improvement team and the passion of the manager, and also the support from others around, including the local authority.
Yeah. Oh, that's just so fantastic to hear, isn't it? And it's just that collaborative approach, and to hear, I mean, the improvements in the service is fantastic, and the fact that they're continuing to strive, because we always say that the improvement journey never really comes to an end. We can always improve. But to hear that mentorship within your own local authority is just fabulous. You know, as a support, it can be quite daunting joining the programme, and we're aware of that. We all know how that feels. So to have someone who has been through it, can support them, and I suppose a well-kent face within your area as well, is just, it's so wonderful to hear. I'm quite sure we might be calling on that manager in future, maybe to come along to some of the peer group sessions that we run, because managers really love to hear from others' personal experience. So are there any other supports that your local authority have benefited from, support from the ELC improvement team then?
Yes, so in addition, this year we worked with improvement advisors to support central ELC quality officers and a small group of managers in developing their skills around observing, monitoring and evaluating clearing practice. This was personalised for us by the improvement advisors to support ongoing local work relating to leadership and management, with a focus on ensuring enabling learning environments. We were working on developing continuous core provision with rich, high quality learning experiences and resources to support our youngest learners. So back in the spring, the improvement advisors visited SLC and delivered this bespoke training over a day and a half. The 12 participants who were involved found the sessions really helpful. And the sessions included carrying out a practical observation back in their own setting, and they really found this to be particularly meaningful, helpful and relevant. One participant actually commented it was one of the best CPD opportunities that she had undertaken in her role as a leader. So a very powerful comment, statement to be made. So as a result, we decided to take this further, and the team are actually returning, the ELC Improved team are returning to our local authority later this month to train all managers of ELC settings for commission to deliver funded ELC. The same training with a great interest about it. It's aimed purely at managers, head of establishment, head teacher or deputy, whoever has the overall responsibility for the nursery. And they will then be able to share their learning within their own setting and with their staff teams. It's going to be a particularly large event. It's going to be available for funded providers and local authority staff. And we have got one place available for everybody within SLC. So really looking forward to this experience, and there is a lot of interest out there about it.
Oh, wonderful. And I certainly know we're certainly looking forward to come along and delivering that. And it's so good to hear from the session we did earlier this year, the impact on that group in terms of learning, and to hear that feedback
Real
quote that you shared
enthusiasm.
there.
Yeah,
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 as you say, very powerful and impactful. And that element of being able to put that into practice by going out and doing the observation and coming back to
yeah,
reflect sounds as though it
yeah.
was quite key within that then.
I think that was one of the most important features of the training, where people could actually put it into practice. So having a training session, then going back to your setting,
Hmm.
carrying out a practical observation, and then coming back, and the discussion and the debate that goes alongside that,
Yeah.
I think is the thing that was most important and most meaningful and relevant to those
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah, it helps to consolidate that learning, doesn't it? And it's so important with training that it's not just a tick box exercise, that I've attended
Absolutely.
training and off I go. It's a nice way to really connect it to practice. So yes, we'll be looking forward to more of that when we come back to deliver to that wider, larger group session that we're going to do for you. So, Carol, can you summarise for us then the overall value and impact that you think our team has had within your working with yourselves within the local authority in terms of improving outcomes for children and families?
Certainly here within South Lanarkshire Council, the early years service really values the work of the Care Inspectorate Improvement Advisors and the programmes of support, the various programmes of support that they can provide. And we truly appreciate everything that they've done for us. Anyone who works in early learning and childcare will agree that the implementation of 1140 hours alongside the recovery from a worldwide pandemic has provided
Absolutely.
both opportunities and challenges to the
Challenge.
sector.
Yeah.
Certainly for us, our work with the Care Inspector Improvement Programme is helping our authority to ensure our vision of providing the highest quality of early learning and childcare is achieved. Last year, in June 2023, we found that 86% of all our settings were meeting the national standard, and we gather and analyse data
Mhm.
regularly throughout the year. I'm delighted to say that in June 2024, a year later, 94% of all of our settings
Wow.
were meeting the national standard. So this includes both local authority and funded providers. And I think that impact is the collaboration of working with, for us, working with national bodies, and also that collaborative support in terms of the support from people within inside the organisation, local
Mhm.
support for our settings, as well as national support. So that working together and that collaboration.
Absolutely.
We've certainly really enjoyed working with our colleagues from the Care Inspectorate. I think it's taken away a lot of myths that are out there,
It's
and that we're really grateful for the opportunities that are provided.
great. And it is about that collaborative working, isn't it? Working together because we're all here to achieve good outcomes for children and families.
It's all
We're
about,
here
absolutely.
to achieve the same end. So having that really good positive working relationship, that support and collaboration is excellent. As you know, Carol, we have to apply for annual funding for the programme, and you've already covered there, you've accessed a lot of what we currently offer, which is fantastic. That's what we're here to do. Is there anything else that you think we could offer? We always like to be proactive and think, okay, what extras can we do? Is there anything else that you think would be a good addition or benefit that ELC
Yeah,
Improve could offer to your families?
absolutely. There's already a couple of groups that we're starting to think about. Um, Obviously, it's important to think strategically
Yeah.
about these things. So moving forward, further support for us that we think would be helpful would be in relation to quality management and leadership for middle leaders who work in a supervisory
Okay.
capacity.
Yeah.
So you can see the clear link from the work that we've been doing with central staff, and then with heads of establishments and managers. So this next stage for us would be about team leaders or playroom
Okay.
seniors.
Yeah.
This group obviously play a crucial role in the delivery of ELC, And I think affording them the time to reflect on their role and their responsibilities in quality management and leadership would just be the next natural step for us. And to be able to do that with the ELC Improved team, I think would just be a fabulous opportunity, and would just make sure as well that all the links that are there in terms of the understanding. There's going to be no mixed messages. We'll all be working
building on that consistent learning and sharing the knowledge. Yeah, great.
Absolutely. There's another group, I think, support for childminders in delivering 1140 hours ELC. We have a number of childminders in South Lanarkshire. We have childminders delivering full ELC and others who deliver blended models, or sometimes both. And they are a very unique bunch who sometimes can feel quite isolated. So I think the support for them to work with colleagues, for us to work with colleagues nationally to deliver and provide quite a bespoke package of support for this unique group would be a really exciting opportunity. So I think there's still lots more to do in terms of ELC and achieving the highest quality of early learning and childcare. We're still only in year 4 of 1140 hours, so there's lots to look forward to.
Yeah, that's great, and it gives us certainly lots to think about there. As you say, it's about building that comprehensive package of support to every kind of childcare provider out there who's working to the best outcomes for children and families. So, and we very much look forward to coming back to work with you all very soon. And thank you very much for that chat today, Carol. It's been great. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilary. Lovely to speak to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.